Hey Raindrops, now before we get into this video, I want to talk to you about joining my community. Yes, my YouTube community of subscribers. So make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. It helps build the channel and build our community. I love it when you guys comment and post. So remember, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel.
I did not see that until now, okay? So if you see something wet on my shirt, it's tears, okay? As I need Kleenex to sponsor this event. And my t-shirt boys event. But how you guys doing tonight? What a beautiful crowd. And thank you, Tina Perry, so much for that amazing introduction and video as well. As you all know, I'm Carlos King, the executive producer and creator of Love and Marriage franchise. And tonight, we are here to celebrate the #1 show on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Cause baby, and my Carlos voice, that's a big deal. Okay, and to be #1 for 4 consecutive years is nothing but God's grace and blessings, in addition to you all in this room, because we are nothing without the audience who are dedicated to watching this amazing, funny, messy show. Because, we get to see ourselves in the show and in the cast members, right? So tonight, I am thankful and grateful that I am able to talk to 4 amazing individuals from the Love and Marriage Huntsville show. So give a very loud, warm welcome to Maurice Scott, Kimmy Scott, Marcel Scott, and Letitia Scott. Kimmy Scott. Her husband, Maurice J. Scott. We have the beautiful Letitia Scott. And the man who needs no introduction, okay, Marcel Scott, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys feel tonight?
We feel good.
Great.
Where's your microphone, Kim? You got a microphone, child? Okay.
I'm loud.
You ain't louder than me, baby. You're not. So listen, tonight we're here to celebrate this amazing show in front of this amazing audience. But I want to ask this question. Kimmy, let's start with you. Did you ever think in a million years that you would be on the #1 show on the Oprah Winfrey Network?
No. No, absolutely not. I am inner city, raised by a single mom. Head down, get up and go to work every day, 9 to 5. And that's what I was going to do until I was 65, apparently. And it's all God's timing. It's all God's timing. So my answer is absolutely no, but I am more than grateful for all the doors that have been opened and the opportunities that we've had to, be on this platform and, kind of tell our stories.
No, and telling your stories is something you four do wonderfully. And what is so interesting is when the show was created, we were like, okay, we're going to talk about real estate. And then they had this initiative called the Comeback Group.
That part.
Right?
That funny, y'all.
Well, you laughing hard.
It was called the Comeback Group. And what they was going to do, child, they was going to rebuild these homes in the inner city, honey, and make sure to give them back to the community. And then, we started to dive into their marriages, right? So we taped the pilot. So for all of you guys who don't know how this business works, so I pitched the idea to OWN. They said, we into it, shoot a pilot. We shot a pilot. They loved it. They greenlit it. And they said, let's call the show Love and Marriage.
Yeah.
I said, okay. So then I told the cast. And you would think that a cast would be grateful to not only have a show greenlit on what? Oprah Winfrey Network. When I told the cast, who thought like, oh, we're going to do real estate and stuff. Hey, so, it's going to be called Love and Marriage. I thought I was the only diva in the group. But apparently, the man at the end, Marceau Scott, I got a scathing email sent to me, an email girl, from an AOL account at that. but you wanna read me when you gotta dial up for your Wi-Fi. So I got an email and Marceau said to me, well, Carlos, I'm really good at real estate. I thought this show should be called Built to Last, built like foundation and bricks and stuff. I'm good. I'm good at real estate. I'm not good at love and marriage. So, Marceau, explain to the audience.
Carlos, I don't know if y'all knew it or not, but we're not really reality TV kind of people. We're just regular old dudes. And so we're like, hey, y'all want to do a show about construction? That's how I was sold on it. And so teaching them was like, hey, it's going to be about construction, going to help your business. I'm like, man, let's do it. Let's go. And then all of a sudden, love and marriage. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? No. Let's get the building part, not the marriage part. But I just didn't feel like we were this, I don't know. Didn't think we had a story at that time. But now that I realize that our actual struggles resonated and what we're going through in trying to grow and trying to develop in our love and our marriage and our businesses and our community is kind of what resonates with our community is, it's their struggle too. So I guess it worked out. I guess you knew what you were talking about.
I mean, you would think so. It's been #1 for 4 years, so I think I know something. And it spawned. Thanks to this cast, it spawned 2 cities as well as DC and Detroit. So again, you guys are the blueprint when it comes to the success of this franchise. But Maurice, you are an attorney, and just so you all know, Maurice graduated as the valedictorian of his law school. So when we talk about, Black representation on reality television, the one thing that I strongly believe resonates with the audience when it comes to this cast is the fact that, yes, they have definitely, situations in their marriages and relationships that are interesting and, a little crazy. But fundamentally, these people are successful. So you are somebody who has always been just a very smart man. And when it comes to reality television, one thing that our community the Black community, is the talks of the representation of Black people on reality television. Do you feel like it's unfortunate that at times people may look at like a 2-minute argument that you may have with a cast member instead of looking at the fact that you guys really do exemplify Black excellence?
I think that ultimately what we get a chance to do is we get a chance to show the whole person, right? So oftentimes I think that on the reality television show, you see how it's pitting one person against another person, and you might isolate individual incidents and characterize people as that. However, the fact that my wife, she beat cancer,
Yes.
on this reality television show.
And not to cut you off, she also allowed us to follow that story.
Right.
Kimmy is, I believe it's you and Dr. Jackie, but you are one of the pioneers of a woman who, the moment she found out she had breast cancer, she allowed the cameras to follow that. And we gave her an out to be like, look, this is something that's serious. And she said, Carlos, I signed on to do this show to tell my real life, and I'm going to help women deal with this and show them how to deal with it. So, yeah.
Yes, that's. But I kind of wanted to talk more about the impact that it has. So we had a lot of firsts on Love and Marriage Huntsville. We are the first couple to get married. I went to law school, graduated law school on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then she did this as well as beat cancer. All of those had great impact. There's never a place that we go on the globe. I'm saying any country we go to, someone stops us and talks about, oh, you impacted our life in this way or that way. And I think that that's one of the good things that we get the chance to show.
Absolutely. And Letitia, my mother passed away from breast cancer, so that's why it was important for me to make sure that she had a safe space to tell her story. When my mother was alive, I've done plenty of shows, child. You know, I have a healthy resume. And my mother has always been proud of my work. But baby, she said to me one day, I mean, you know, you do a lot of good shows, but that Love and Marriage Huntsville is your best one. And I said, is that shade, Phaedra? Like, what are you talking like? Huh? And she said, I see myself in Letitia Scott. And I said, why? And she said, because, so my mother was a housewife. Her entire life, raised 10 kids, right? Along with my father. My father worked and all that other stuff. But my mother stayed at home, made sure the kids were taken care of, blah, 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 blah. So Tisha's storyline season 1 was her struggle in identifying who she was outside of being these kids' mom, right? So my mother saw herself in Tisha, and a lot of women saw themselves in Tisha because one thing that Tisha said to us recently was, you know, she loves being a mom. And what I think Tisha represents to the world is that, yes, it's good to be a boss chick, you know, all that's great, right? You know, CEO, but Tisha's like, I like the soft life, okay? I'm a wife who likes to, you know, my man does all that and I get to like do my thing, but I want you to talk, Tisha, to the world about your honesty in being so vulnerable and speaking to the housewife at home who said, I may want to do other things outside of the home.
Yes. You know, it was so important to me because I feel like as a mom and as a wife, you pretty much forget about yourself. Like my whole life, everything, my daily transaction was based around my husband, my kids. And I was like, you know, I love my kids and I love my husband, but also I felt like I forgot about me. And so at that time, when we started the show, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go back and get my real estate license because we're investors. And so went to school, got my real estate license, and then I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be a broker. So, you know, got that side done. I was like, you know what, babe, I want to learn more about the business side. So I went back to school and got a second master's in real estate development. And so I had so many moms reaching out to me. It was like, Tisha, thank you for inspiring us, because although your focus has still been a stay-at-home mom and taking care of your kids, you also did something that was important to you as well. So, you know, just showing that on the show just really inspired a lot of people, because at the end of the day, I tell them my kids, my husband, my household, that's still the most important thing to me.
How's a soft like though, Tisha? Like real talk, how does that, is that the goal, sis? Like, should we all be like getting our masters in the soft life?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to be the soft life. You take care of your home, take care of your man, but hey, you got to let him know that I still take care of me. But he likes that about me as well, because I feel like I allow him to, I'm not as needy with him. So it's like, you know, I can still do my thing and just sit back, and I can work if I want to, and if I don't, I don't. I mean, my man take care of me, so it's options.
And I want to say this, and Marcel, if I'm saying too much, just send me another email from your AOL account, okay? One thing Marcel does, okay, because listen, these are all business owners, right? But what's interesting is they also have, you know, degrees in various aspects of the lives. Like Kimmy, you are a nurse, right? Obviously, Marisa is an attorney. Tisha has, 2 masters at this point, and Marcel's a builder. Talk to me about how this show has changed y'all lives, because I'm used to women wearing red bottoms, but my brothers have them on.
Nothing.
Now, you know, this cast of men are wearing Louboutins. So talk to me, Marceau, first about, not your red bottoms, bro, but the impact that this show has had in terms of building generational wealth for you and your family.
Thanks, Charles. I actually think it's huge, because we do have a story. We do have these talents. Maurice and I started building a long time ago. We started flipping houses. We owned apartment complexes prior to being on the show. But what happens with the show is that, you know, you take a light and it's down here, and then all of a sudden you elevate the light, and now everyone can see it. And so we've been the same authentic people, the same people that's just kind of in the struggle. But now that we're on a platform, I think that God has made us a light for a brief moment in time. And being that light, we have a choice to either shine on people or we can shine for people. And I think that that's one of the reasons why we are in this position. And so now we have so many people, so many DMs, not the kind of you get, Carlos, but the different kind of DMs that really talk about how we inspired them and to go back to, to flip houses, to get their degrees and things like that. I'm a commercial builder in 3 different states. And so, I don't know how many people on TV that build hotels and apartment complexes, black, white, Indian, whatever. I'll tell you, there's one. It's me. Just be honest. No, but honestly, and people can see that representation, that we're not just limited to one fashion, not just limited to commercial or residential, but we can do different things. And they say, man, they can build this stuff. They can build these right here. We can do that too. So I think that it's more inspirational and it pads the pockets.
And Tisha gets to spend those. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kim and Maurice, talk to me about how this show has changed your lives.
Listen, first of all, it changed Marcel because he was carrying them red bottoms in his hands at the elevator last night. And I was like, listen, now you know how we feel when y'all buy them red bottoms and y'all like, why you got my shoes on?
I had to put on my flats.
He carried them shoes up the elevator last night. I thought that was so funny. But in any case, what was your question?
How this show up.
Oh, okay. Oh, listen. So here's the thing. Like, I believe everybody in life has a purpose. And sometimes you just never know what that purpose is. You know what I mean? And by the time I had the ability to go through breast cancer journey on the show and have a platform to provide nuggets of support and education to people, I learned at that moment that was my purpose. And I think I've done a lot of stuff before the show as far as, going to school. I mean, being a nurse, having my master's, I was a director of public health. You know what I'm saying? And so going back to school and getting my real estate and getting my brokers, and we opened a brokerage. We opened a title company. He went to, law school and graduated during COVID. Jalen went to college, graduated during COVID. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that I don't think would have been afforded to put on a platform without the platform. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, like Maurice said, everywhere we go, my goal has always been to touch one person. That's always been my goal. And even though we have a lot of mess from time to time, just a little bit, the majority of people we run into verbalize that they see through that and they see every single accomplishment that we're talking about. And in some way or another, it has inspired them to do something or another, because that's what the show offers. Right. You don't have to be in residential real estate like me. You can be in commercial real estate like them. You could be an attorney. Everybody can find something in each one of our cast members that they can relate to. And that's the part that I like, that platform to reach people, because I'd have been at home and at work. I would have never reached a quarter of the people that I've been able to help, talk to, and or inspire.
And Maurice, before you start, because you are a real estate agent, talk to this audience about the fact that this show put Huntsville, Alabama on the map. Because when Owen and I launched this show, everybody said, now, I went to geography school. I took a class. Where is Huntsville? I know women are from Mars and men are from Venus. I think that's what it is. But is Huntsville on Pluto? But as of today, Huntsville is the number one. You gonna say it, child?
But you're right, because we outgrew Birmingham. It used to be Birmingham, right? And we outgrew Birmingham, and so they would carry that joke a little too far, because at the end of the day, a lot of people slept on Huntsville. A lot of people slept on Huntsville. And as far as us being there, we learned early the investments that you can make as far as real estate is out of this world. If people just take the time to hear and listen and do a little research and get in on the lower ends, a lot of us, that's why we made those choices, because Huntsville was a great place to start making investments. Great place.
It's not lower end right now. That was in 2018.
Yeah.
The price is different now.
It's different.
Yeah, buying in there, but it's still better than a lot of other places in the Midwest.
What is it? That is the number one city? Is
Live
it
in.
to live in?
Yeah, number one city to live in, and as far as population, largest. Yeah. Yep.
As far as I just want to tell you guys a little story about last week. All right. I was at a conference with a bunch of consumer law attorneys. And of course I'm trying to be dignified. So I'm sitting up in my seat and I'm, speaking to all the other attorneys around in the room. And then one lady says, tell us about the reality show. Now, mind you, I'm in a room with the FTC, the CFPB, these are governmental agencies, and they're trying to find out about the reality television show that I'm on. And I'm like, wow, it crosses over because there's only 100 of us in this whole conference. This is a conference of thousands of attorneys, and it's only of 100 black folk in there. So the fact that it touches so many different people and the impact that it has, because, they're telling us, oh man, I love that idea about the comeback group. There's so many disenfranchised areas that this can impact, and, the impact that it has on economics and all the rest of these.
Why y'all laughing?
They keep laughing when we say comeback group.
I don't know what's funny, guys. I don't get the joke. I don't get it. I don't
We
get
get
it.
to talk to y'all one-on-one, right?
didn't make the
We get to chill.
Y'all missed the comeback group.
It didn't.
No, we did though. Kimmy, how many properties do you own in North Huntsville? You and Reese.
Oh, wow. We have 9 at this point.
Yeah.
And we have
We
6.
have 9.
Yeah.
And so while the cameras ain't rolling and we getting paid, we
Right.
still building in that community.
Yeah.
And so,
we just happen to do what we say we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We still do on a daily basis exactly what we said we're going to do every single day, even though that may not be the general focus that y'all get to see. It's what we do and what we live by, for real.
And it provides a standard. That's one thing that we have seen across the board in all of these businesses. We've raised the standard.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have. So I want to raise the bar a little bit. Because, we're in a room full of people who watch, y'all love reality television, right? Okay, yes. But we all love Love and Marriage Huntsville the most.
Yes.
And do.
Okay, so I want to start with Marceau. Okay, because we are here to celebrate this show, and we recently celebrated doing more than 100 episodes.
Yes.
And I need you guys to understand how big that is for a reality show to surpass 100 episodes. That not a lot of people are afforded to do that. So out of 100 episodes cast, I'm starting with Marceau.
Ooh, good stuff.
Name the Pit and the Peak.
Oh, the pit and should I go? I think I'm gonna go safe in this one. Which one? What was the peak?
Because the thing is this. The reason why I wanted to ask, they had no idea I'm asking this question. Because y'all know me. Okay. It's because this show is not scripted. This show is so real that even my family be like, now, Carlos, did you go in there and tell Martell and Marcel to have an argument? No, it's reality to the point where I sometimes are like, is there something in the Huntsville water that we need to filter through? So, because what you guys go through is real. So that's the reason I wanted to have you guys talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would start off with my pit. And the pit would be probably that Tisha and I bedroom scene where I misspoke about which side of the tracks she was from. I just meant the other side of town. And actually, I don't even know why I just brought that up. Because I'm stupid. I shouldn't have even brought that up. All right. Forget I said that, guys. Okay, so no, that's definitely the pit. And I would say the peak. I would probably say the peak would be, well, one of the peaks. There's been so many peaks, but
I agree.
the grand opening of Black, probably.
Yeah.
The grand opening of Black, or even the chocolate in the bottle stuff in Houston. But just showing that Black excellence, just being able to people see that. Now I got people from all over the world. That's just shameless plug, but when you come to Huntsville, one of the top cities in the nation, there's only 2 places that people come in as a destination to see: the Space and Rocket Center and Black Cigar Lounge.
Yeah, that's
Hands down.
Clap for that. That's big. That's major. Yeah. So when I go to Huntsville, can I get in for free?
Oh.
And can I go into the VIP room in the back?
Oh.
Never heard of it.
Being messy.
No. Where you have to have a special VIP Black card?
Yes.
Can I get that access?
I'm not familiar with that. No, I'm
Look at Carlos being messy.
not familiar with the secret room.
Oh, you know, it wouldn't be me. No.
That's on YouTube, boss.
That's a YouTube.
They got jackets and everything.
Wait, y'all have Litterman jackets in the VIP section?
Everything.
So I want one back here that says Big Lows.
Big lows, not little
Right.
lows.
Carlos, listen, do not get the joke started. I'm a stay.
Marcel, this is a PG-13 crowd.
Obviously, and don't be doing that.
Right. They got jackets.
Okay, stream on Max if y'all want the uncensored version. Off teasing. Go ahead, Tisha. Your pick and your peak.
Okay. So, I would say my peak definitely had to be the drink throwing scene at the barbecue. Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, that's my
definitely
pick. Yeah,
pick.
that's my pick. Yes, pick. That's my pick. Yeah, absolutely. That one or Mel escorted me out, having me escorted out her event. One of the two. You know. I have a lot of those, by the way. Let me just go down the list of that. And let me see, what's my peak? I don't think it happened yet. It's to come.
Something with your husband.
Scott Manor.
Yes, Scott. Mack.
Right. That part.
Maybe the vow renewal that didn't happen on the trip.
3 picks.
I mean, Tisha, you know, your luck ain't the best, but, you know, we still working, boo.
Marriage for me is just marriage.
Damn.
She's still in the valley. We're gonna
All right. We'll come back to you, Tish. Go ahead, Maurice.
I would have to say my pit was my wife's diagnosis. Yeah, that's definitely the pit. That's the pit of my life. And the peak was her beating it.
Amen. Amen.
I was gonna say the same thing. It's kind of like a pit and a peak at the same time, kind of. So since he said it, I'm gonna say something else. Collectively, I would say that the pit was probably the melee at Madani. I
Miss
think,
Wanda and Melody.
I think the melee at Madani
And Destiny holding that door like, don't come in,
Right.
you speak to me.
Right. You know, because I think at the end of the day, we're real people. Like, we're real people. And sometimes you push the envelope too far. Like, you know, and to be honest, it wasn't everybody's proudest moment. Like, as business people who have to work and live there, it wasn't the proudest moment.
But I will say this too, and I'll give you guys all the props for this. No one physically touched each other either. That was the best part to me. It was sort of like, cause listen, let's have a real conversation. Y'all watch my podcast. Y'all know that's my segment. So look, now y'all know at a family reunion or a barbecue, you know, the black folks get together, trying to play spades.
Right. That part.
Sometimes you have a heated, spirited
That part.
discussion. And you know, sometimes you have to be removed from the scene.
Right.
Or from the backyard or from the curb. Right? Or the park, if you know, whatever. So that's what happened. And but I'll say this before you finish. The beauty of this cast, within 24 hours, within 24 hours of this situation, they all said, let's sit down and talk about it as grown people. And that's the beauty of this show. You and to me, that's the beauty of life. You can run into a situation where you're like, I didn't do the best at that moment, but the best thing you can do is resolve it immediately. And the 4 of you plus Martell and Melody did that within 24 hours. So I want to give y'all that props too.
Right. Okay. And so my peak obviously would be Jesus taking me through cancer. So, but he said that. So I'm going to say my wedding season one in Miami. And we're going to go back, just so you know, we're going back to Miami. Put it
Okay,
on
next season.
because in season one, that was kind of like when we were like, it was more euphoric and everybody was kind of having fun and hanging out. So that's my peak.
Yes. No. So look, I want to say this before we come to a close because I feel like I just got up on this stage and I can't
too
believe
quick.
time is almost up. But I want to say this. This show has changed my life. You know, I am forever grateful to the OWN Network, Tina Perry, Drew Tappan, Shirley Solomon, Daryl, like the entire team, because to be able to be a black man in this space and to leave one hit show and decided to bet on yourself and to create a hit show that spawned into a franchise as a black man is not something that you see every day. And one thing that I want you all to know about my partnership with OWN is the fact that they do believe in black creators. You know, and I think that's one of the biggest things that people may not know so much, because again, the focus obviously is the cast in this amazing show, but it's the partnership in which I'm able to work with them and have conversations with them and be able to live my best life courtesy of them giving me the freedom to do that. So this show has changed my life. You know, when I get stopped at the airport, the TSA. Listen, this show has changed my life. Who needs TSA pre-check when I'm Carlos King from Huntsville? My biggest fans are flight attendants.
They are.
TSA agents. Don't tell nobody that. So no, but all jokes aside, this has truly changed my entire life. So to be able to sit on this stage and discuss a show that has really made all of us amazing people in our communities, and being able to take not only the success of this show and, you know, promote it, but to take the lessons we learned from the show. You know, I am a single man and I'm never getting married because of you guys. I'm teasing. No, but you guys have taught me. You guys have taught me marriages is a lot of work, child.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
No. It is. And I don't have children, but you guys have taught me how to become a better parent. You know, so God blesses me with one. So the four of you on the stage and the cast members who are not here, I want to use this opportunity to say, as somebody who has done plenty of shows before this one, this particular show has changed my entire life, not only professionally, but personally. And I know you guys have done that for this audience and for the world. A lot of black people are getting their real estate license because of you guys. A lot of them, you know, seriously, a lot of them are taking their builder's license. Martell ain't one of those people, but we're still hoping to inspire him. You know, we are, you know, we still hopeful, baby. We gonna get a tutor. So, you know, we're still hopeful.
Marcel can tutor him.
Yeah, you said what?
Marcel can tutor Marcel.
He can use one of my 5 licenses.
This one right here. But no, and I want to be able to thank all of you, because in this climate of media, it's not easy to have a show remain number one as long as this one has. And I want you all to know we do not take that for granted at all. This cast works endlessly to tell their real lives and to be brave enough to not hide behind of a character or a script or a teleprompter. They honestly show up every day, even when things get a little, like you said, messy or uncomfortable. One thing I want you all to know is that not one of them has ever said to me, that's off limits. Not one of them. And they have the power to do that with me. Like, Carlos, I love you, but they have never, ever said that to me. And what we are celebrating tonight is Black excellence, but it's also the authenticity that this show has brought to so many people. And I thank all of you in this room for that as well. So thank you all.
Hey, Carlos,
Thank
can I
you.
say something? I know you want to
Yes.
time crunch.
No.
Just real.
Kimmy's my boss, low key. So go ahead, Kimmy. She got something to say, child, before I do my closing remarks.
And I know we're on a time crunch.
Go ahead.
I'm going to be really quick because I'm not often afforded this particular platform in regards to say thank you.
Yes.
And thank you is what I need to say. One, I'm grateful to be able to be on this platform with my family. That's first. I couldn't have picked better people to be on this platform with than Marceau, Tisha, Maurice. I love that. However, my family has extended to OWN. And I say that to say thank you. All the way from Tina Perry, all the way down to the runners and the production people going through my journey. They were so super supportive. Carlos said in a nugget, I had an out and I thought about stopping. I actually did. They gave me rest when I needed rest. They gave me breaks. They gave me time to get my mind right, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Every single OWN family member has been there for me. And that's something y'all need to know. Like, if I don't know what it's like to work in other reality environments, but for my journey, that was extremely meaningful. Extremely. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for that. And listen, thank all of you. I want to thank the NAACP for coming out here and for doing the historic work that you guys have been doing for so many decades. Listen, I'm very proud to be able to be in this room with you all. I want to thank Tina Perry, the president of OWN. We got Drew Tappan, the head of programming. Shirley, Solomon, Darl, the entire family over at my family, Kingdom Reign Entertainment and ITV as well. And this amazing cast. You guys are truly the best in the business. And I seriously love you all so much. So look, we're going to party.
Yeah.
Because Carlos King party.
Carlos, I want to say everything that Kimmy just said. Why was he so thoughtful?
Someone's thunder. What you got to say, Marceau?
Oh no, everything that Kimmy said, except for I didn't have cancer, but everything that Kimmy said in my voice. Yes,
We thank you
I
for
love
that.
you guys.
On that note, we have to go. But listen, there's food and drinks out there. We're going to talk to y'all, take pictures, have fun. And again, thank you all for spending your Wednesday night with us.
Thank you. Thank you.